going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, and here to bring you guys my picks and predictions for the NFC and AFC Championship game. So if you are new to the channel, guys, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I've been bringing you guys my NFL picks every single week of the NFL season, and it's not stopping until, of course, we get to the Super Bowl, which we were very close to. So with that being said, follow me on my social media, guys. Links down below for my Twitter, my Instagram, all that good stuff. Again, hit the bell icon to be notified every time I drop a new video. There will be a bunch of content in the off season as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. So you see the whiteboard behind me with both the matchups for the AFC and the NFC. I've also got the spreads as well as the over-under, which I will be giving you guys as I usually do. And speaking of that, let me just quickly, again, tell you guys how I did last week, because I've been doing this the entire season, every single week. I share my results, give you guys my transparency. So last week, overall, just picking straight up, I went 3-1. The one game that I didn't get right was the Ravens, beating the Bills, which obviously didn't end up happening. So shout out to Bills Mafia for proving me wrong. And Lamar Jackson, man, yeah, he's got to improve as a pocket passer. That's all I know at this point in terms of what the Ravens need to happen for maybe Lamar to take that next step and maybe get him a receiver as well, okay? And then against the spread, it was a really bad week for me. I went 1-3, and I wish I took the Browns to cover when the line opened at +10, but you know what? It is what it is. So overall, I believe on the playoffs, I'm 5-5 against the spread, and then I went 4-2 in the first week, and then I went again 3-1 here, so 7-3, right? So that's what I am overall. So with that being said, now let's get into the matchups and talk about who I have winning between these two teams and who I have going to the Super Bowl. All right, let me start with the AFC Championship here, okay? The spread is -3 in favor of the Chiefs, who are at home. The over-under is 54.5, which is humongous. That's a lot. So everything starts and ends with what is the status of Patrick Mahomes, right? We need to know that. So I'm going to make this video under the assumption that Patrick Mahomes plays, because if he doesn't, I don't even want to talk about it. The Bills are winning this game, right? The Chiefs are not beating the Bills with Chad Henne at quarterback for the entire game. You can beat him if he's playing a quarter like he did against the Browns or whatever, but not the entire game, okay? And so, of course, with Patrick Mahomes, he suffered that concussion/neck injury, and we don't know if he's going to play. I can't imagine he misses, but again, who knows at this point? I'm not a doctor. We'll see what happens, but I have to make this video assuming Patrick Mahomes plays, or else it doesn't really matter. So if Mahomes is in, and because this is a concussion injury, it's not going to be like any sort of lingering effects, hopefully, because again, if it was like a knee issue or ligament issue, you could see he's hobbled or whatever. It's either he's good or he's not, right? So if Patrick Mahomes is at full strength, then taking a look at this matchup, folks, with the Bills and the Chiefs, we're talking about two mediocre, subpar defenses. Like, the Bills aren't very good defensively, even though against the Ravens, they showed up and showed out. But that's more on, I believe, Lamar Jackson's inability to be a pocket passer than really the Bills' defense being elite. And then the Chiefs, we saw that the Chiefs' defense wasn't really all that against the Browns. They really kind of shot themselves in the foot a lot of times. And so I don't think these defenses are elite by any means. And so what I'm trying to get at is I believe the offenses should be able to do whatever they want. And so when I take a look at the Chiefs with, Tyreek Hill, with Travis Kelce, they should be able to do whatever they want against this Bills defense. And then the other side of the football with the Bills and Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Cole Beasley, they should also be able to do whatever they want. Now, I will say the Chiefs secondary has been pretty solid, and so they've been pretty stingy against receivers. So there's maybe a little bit of an advantage, but for the most part, folks, Josh Allen, I've told you guys this all season long, he shredded good defenses that are way better than the Chiefs defense. So he shouldn't have much of a problem here. And so, again, I'm trying to poke holes here into these teams and see, okay, what are each team's strengths and weaknesses? But really, I can't find any. And so at this point, It's all about which team is going to put up more points. And again, if you are telling me I get to have Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, I will take Patrick Mahomes. Plain and simple. I get it. Josh Allen's had a fantastic year. All the credit in the world to him. But I'm taking Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen, and I'm taking the weapons that the Chiefs have over the Bills. I don't believe either team's going to be able to stop each other, and so that's why I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win this game. And as far as the over-under, folks, yeah, I think you should take the over in this matchup because, like I said, these defenses are okay, nothing special, not elite, and these offenses are elite. They should be able to do whatever they want. So give me the Chiefs here, and I do think they're able to cover this -3, so give me them to cover that as well. Again, I wish there was a little bit more detail into what these teams are going to be able to do to each other, but folks, there's really not much into it. Like I said, the only kind of advantage I see for the Chiefs is they're a little bit stingy against wide receivers. They're bad against tight ends, but the Bills don't have a really good tight end. They have Dawson Knox, and that's it. So that's why I have the Chiefs winning that game. All right, let's move on over the NFC. This is going to be an interesting matchup. This is like chess checkers here, okay? A lot of strategy in this matchup, okay? So when I take a look at this game, I have to go back to the first time these teams met up, right? This happened this season. And the Packers got destroyed. This was not even arguably, this was the worst game of Aaron Rodgers' MVP season. So he's going to win MVP this season. This was his worst game by far. They got blown out 38-10. Aaron Rodgers had no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 160 yards, just looked flat out awful. Awful. So the Bucs clearly have something that gives them an advantage over Aaron Rodgers for them to be able to, hold him to a performance like that, because this is Aaron bleeping Rodgers. He doesn't have bad games. So what is it? And so obviously we know the Bucs are an elite defense. They're elite against the run, okay? And they should be able to get all their defensive players back. And when I take a look at this matchup, if you're elite against the run, they shut down Alvin Kamara pretty much. He didn't have a touchdown, didn't really, have 100 yards either. They should be able to shut down Aaron Jones. They should be able to shut down Jamal Williams. You don't know if A.J. Dillon's going to be able to play. So the run game for the Packers is going to be completely shut down. I have no doubts about that. So now you're putting the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands. Well, that's a pretty good decision to make because Aaron Rodgers, is the MVP. He's been phenomenal. And he just tore up a better defense, arguably, in the Rams the week prior. So I will say that Aaron Rodgers, early in the season versus this Aaron Rodgers, it's different because, again, he's hot right now. He's playing really well. That was earlier on in the season. A lot of things change. So that's kind of the thing here where he's not going to have the run game to rely on or anything. This is going to be completely on Aaron Rodgers. Let's flip the script real quick and talk about the Bucs. Tom Brady did not have an incredible game against the Saints. He did enough, but the defense really was able to carry the Bucs. In this game, I believe it will be the run game that kind of carries the Bucs because the Packers' weakness we've known all season long is they're bad against the run. And even against the Rams, when you knew Jared Goff couldn't throw, they still couldn't stop Cam Akers. They were running Cam Akers and Wildcat, and Cam Akers was still able to get yards. So the Packers' run defense isn't very good. That means you will get Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, I believe, trading off and taking cracks at running the football, and I believe they'll be effective. So that tells me this game is going to get slowed down because I think the Bucs run the football a lot to try to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. Tom Brady obviously is not going to make any mistakes, or not that many. He's Tom Brady. And then when we take a look at the other side, Aaron Rodgers is not going to have his run game to rely on. And then when we take a look at, the receiving core with Devontae and, Alan Lazard and company, the Bucs secondary is still decent. They shut down Michael Thomas. So all I'm saying is this Bucs defense is elite. They've got an elite quarterback in Tom Brady. Their run game should be able to have success against the Packers. And, so everything should be pointing to the Bucs winning this game. So do I have them winning? I do not. For 2 reasons and 2 reasons only, okay? I believe the Packers win this game solely because of Aaron Rodgers and being at Lambeau Field. If this was at Tampa Bay or a neutral field, I'm taking Tampa. I'm taking Tampa because I told you guys before the playoffs started, the two worst matchups for the Packers are the Bucs and the Rams. Physical defenses give Aaron Rodgers trouble, but we saw now he beat one opponent in the Rams. Will he beat the other one? And we'll see, obviously, but how he beat the Rams had a lot to do with the fact that they were at Lambeau Field. I believe the frigid conditions in which Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't affect him. We saw Jared Goff, it affects him and that team. Tom Brady, I mean, he's played in New England. It's not going to affect him as much, but I will say there is now a little bit of a home field advantage because you're playing at Lambeau. There will be some fans. And so to me, you might be thinking Faiz is more of a gut pick, whatever. I do feel like this is, in a way, Aaron Rodgers' year. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers to win this matchup in a very, very, very close game, folks. That's what I'm telling you right now. When we take a look at the spread, I'm taking the Bucs to cover that -4. I don't like that 4 points right there. And I'm taking the under here in the over-under in 51. I think this is going to be a close, low-scoring game, or lower scoring. And I think the Packers squeak out on maybe like a field goal. All right? Because matchup-wise, I'm telling you, the Bucs are a bad matchup. But Aaron Rodgers is playing the best football of his career, arguably. The Packers team are at home. They have those two advantages, and I think that should be enough to get them past the finish line. But do not, I repeat, do not be shocked if the Bucs win this game. They can easily beat the Green Bay Packers just based off of the matchups that I talked about. So there you have it. So we are, in fact, I believe, getting the Chiefs versus the Packers, which would be the State Farm Super Bowl. I don't know why the C is so far away from the other letters. Let me correct that. There we go. So, as far as who I believe wins in this matchup, I'll get to that when the matchup, if it happens, but in my Super Bowl prediction videos. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.